Finance for hippies, teach swag and ducky. Finance for hippies, teach swag and ducky. Finance for hippies, teach swag and ducky.
Good morning, welcome to the Finance for Hippies Finance and Budgeting Workshop hosted by yours truly, Ndagi and
Teach swag, the tooth card.
for sure it's the 6th of June 2022. We just survived the apocalyptic pandemic, so we're still giving workshops. What are we giving? Finances for artists.
Finance for artists, budgeting. It's correctly as I said, it's the 6th of the 6th. So we are on our third 6th as well. And this is the third 6th. The third 6th is the show. We're going to talk budgeting, finance, art, and how to get the check.
My expectations is that I will carry Teeth Swag for 6 seasons in a row, 6 workshops in a row. But what can I do? That's why I get the big bucks.
It's cool. Easy.
Sure.
Enjoy.
My name is Nomsa. I'm from Soweto, Korokvili. So yeah, that's me. My expectations as an artist is to learn about how to finance myself as an artist, learning and hearing from other artists, how do they finance themselves. Basically just knowledge in the finance sector and getting yourself out there as an artist, and meeting other artists and having conversations with them as well. My Instagram handle is @undilutedlove, but it's love with double E, so it's undiluted love. Lavi, I guess. Undiluted Lavi.
My name is Dumelo Kharekwe from Omonde, also stay here in Soweto, and my Instagram handle is dumelo.g.
For sure. And what are your expectations for the Finance for Hippies Budgeting and Finance Workshop?
Some proper guidance, I'm looking forward to it. It looks, just checked out the podcast, the YouTube link, and I also enjoyed the talk, so I'm also just looking forward to engaging with other artists today.
My Instagram is Tendikosi and my favorite color is grey.
For sure. Nice. And what are your expectations for the workshop today?
I think for me, I'm hoping to learn. I guess the sustainability part, of an artist. How do we
sustainably fund projects?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Now, welcome to the workshop, man. I hope you get as much knowledge as you can.
Absolutely.
I am from Hippies Soweto. I'm also from an organization called Soweto Art and Craft Development. My Instagram handle is _Mbaleminyama_art. That is my art _Mbaleminyama art. And my expectations here is to come out a bit more financially equipped with coming out with new ideas on how can I actually grow more platform with creating more revenue for my artwork and the artists that I also work with. So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Welcome. If you can find a seat that side, and then you can come and have some coffee. Lunch.
What's up, guys?
Let's be
Nice online portfolio thing.
For sure.
Nice in the sense of
Don't look like it. But please. So to who are here? Welcome again to the Finance for Hippies workshop. This is the budgeting and funding workshop. I'll start off by ways of introduction. My name is, I will go straight to my street name, which is Ndagi, aka Don Salamanca. I the more important part of this duo. I am with my colleague, who's more of an assistant to me. He gets me coffee, takes my messages, schedules my meeting. But welcome, Ndaki.
And Titswag.
Titswag. Titswag is also known as the Orange Man. He's an artist. My side, I am not an artist per se, but I have great interest in the music. I've dropped the tape here and there, but we collaborated because of our vast and different backgrounds to form this product that you see before you today, Finance for Hippies. Today's workshop is in collaboration with the NAC, the National Arts Council. They were generous enough to help us organize this to be able to give you a workshop to you guys. Teeth?
Yeah, I think, and also I think it's important, guys, to note that the reason obviously that we even have created this platform is essentially the main drive of what Finance for Hippies is to create this discourse around finances within the art space. So obviously I work as an artist, Mr. Media X, but on Finance for Hippies I'm Titswag. So I think a lot of how we even got here is that I think if you're sitting here and you've tried to make art, whether you're from Soweto or you're not from, we're not from the suburbs or whatever, as you say, it's a bit more challenging. So I definitely experienced all that throughout my career. And we're not necessarily saying that our platform is we figured out like how everything works, but I think the great thing in terms of the platform that we've created is that, I know how it is to be scared to talk about the realities and the facts of that, we're creative-minded people, but also you need to know what the bottom line is. You need to eat, you need to pay your bills, you need to know, as one of my favorite rappers would say, you need to know how to move in a room full of vultures, it's that kind of thing. So, so that's essentially why we created this platform, and we obviously took a lot of effort in terms of, we workshopped it between ourselves to make it very dope, for artists as well and for creatives, make it just something that's accessible for all of us to kind of feel good, okay, there's a platform where these discussions can actually take place.
So we are not purported to be any financial advisors. As Titswag said, we only want to encourage discussions about money, specifically in the art community, which is something very taboo and artists choose not to discuss. That's why we linked up to form Finance for Hippies. It's actually Finance for Hippies Pty Ltd. Is an incorporated limited company with profit-seeking intentions, and we're very clear about that. So we find the discussions of finance. I'm sure you guys are on the YouTube. You can find a lot of discussions about finance, how to do, how to invest. But we found that while we created this product, it's very dry, and the artist's mind cannot spend a lot of time listening to financial news. It's boring, to be factual, it's unhelpful most of the time, and some of the stuff seem a bit distant and unreachable. So we intentionally created this product to address that gap in financial literacy in the art market. So everything in here is intentional, the branding is intentional, mixing a very serious topic with a more toned down, more chilled type of delivery mechanism. So that's Finance for Hippies. Welcome, and I hope you guys get as much as possible. Everything you see from here onwards is practical, and we included things that we believe when practicing them would actually reap benefits. It's nothing theoretical that you actually will not it would not make sense. Everything should translate into a monetary gain if applied properly. Here we're talking about money, right? And money has different parts to it. One of them that once you guys will get your success, you'll encounter is SARS and taxes. when people get money, they tend to forget the fact that they don't forget, they conveniently ignore the fact that they have to pay taxes, which you do. And SARS is one of the coldest, most brutal entities anywhere in the country. As a matter of fact, in South Africa, they're quite understanding. In the entities like the US, tax evasion carries prison time, mandatory prison time.
And you still pay a fee.
And then you stay pay, and then you stay in the penalties. So you don't really want to have problems with people like SARS. They can block some of the moves you want to do. I think, we've encountered in the news where people are having issues with SARS. It's just a very painful process. So one thing we need to do is, in topics such as SARS, such as when you're about to sign a big legal commitment or a big deal with maybe a label or art gallery, you need to make sure that you have the right tax expert.
How is this 50 billion kind of move around? It's figuring out how to move within these categories that we put in.
I'm interested just to engage with you. Where do you guys see yourself? Maybe we'll start with the lady. Where do you think you'd like to operate? Ideally, because everyone sees themselves in a certain place.
I think right now I'm at the art patrons.
The art patrons.
Yeah.
There's
The steps.
for sure. It's I think Teeth will tell you it's a very slept on.
No, it's a different market.
Yeah,
I'm
Should we have the gallery, because of there, but I'm starting to understand now.
Yeah.
So I think I joined the gallery when I was young.
Yeah.
Understand what was the gallery.
Yeah.
Now, I'm understanding now.
Yeah.
No, my brother and that same trade, man.
For sure.
Very nicely.
You, my brother?
Yeah, also galleries.
Okay, you want to be in the gallery systems.
I'm already in.
You're in it.
But
Is it as cold as we?
yeah, it has some cold moments,
Yeah.
Also, since I'm very young, I'm also in the two spaces like competitions
Oh, okay.
and the grant funding as well.
Oh,
because,
okay.
Like the grant funding is the one which I don't quite understand yet.
Yeah.
But the competition is something which I've been applying
Yeah.
for, for very
For sure.
No, you're at the right place, man. I'm not sure how happy they'll be that you're attending places where your money is moving, but they'll probably actually be happy, man.
Yeah. But the galleries don't want you too clever.
They don't want you to know too much.
Next thing you start questioning.
You start looking at your contract.
And you, Brooke, what do you think you can be operating?
So actually, for me, I think I'm still kind of like confused because also gallery space is not quite sustainable,
Yeah.
So you could be in a gallery designed but not a selling artist.
Yeah,
For sure.
And so I'm not sure. Also with the financial institutions, so obviously as you explained, you need to tick all the boxes as well.
Yeah, to be honest, to operate at that level, you have to be very exceptional.
Yeah.
Nothing has to have.
even here in South Africa, there's no art financing. So here you are dealing with Damien Hirst and maybe, you're dealing, even maybe it's a guy like William Kentridge can actually get, because he's exceeded way beyond the game, but you'll find even your general, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Nicholas Stop as well. He might maybe, I'm not even sure, but it's very years of record selling and so don't.
But the one thing one method that finance using endorses is emulation. You must ask yourself, why are those people in there and I'm not in there? So you must check yourself and ask yourself, to be honest with myself, where am I lacking? Where do I need improvement? Because you have to accept the unfortunate and sad part that usually you are not adequate. You have to do a lot of striking the iron, forging yourself into what is required. No one is born as hot as I am. No, you actually have to build yourself up like you're building a house or whatever paint job you put in the house. That's your exterior, the branding that you're putting out there, the vibes, and you always have to build all the ticks Otherwise, they'll say, no, his art is great, but do you think we can sell him as a brand? That's why in the music industry, you find a lot of artists you hear he signed, but his album is shelved and things are not going anywhere because there's lots of issues in that. You sign him and you sign him, they're in the same lane, but they'll sell whoever is more sellable. So they'll say, no, let's release this album, he has traction, he's more sellable, he's out there, he can move records. And unfortunately, the name of the game is just selling. Like it or not, you have to sell music.
It's just part of the process that you have to do the work, and the art lends itself to by design. And you can create paper planes from this by design. People see that, oh, you made this nice paper plane, and you get excited, you get gassed up, thinking that you're the hottest paper plane person. Now, next thing you're making paper planes for a year, they're getting coverage left, right, and center, and you don't sit and think, Ishman, these paper planes are like recouping, because by design it's created to hype you up and whatnot. But you need to be aware of these little instances where you can, where you're just able to make business sense from all the moves that you're making.
And don't be too vulnerable and overly trusting. Unfortunately, people aren't as honest as you want them to be.
And be responsible. That's another. You have to be responsible for the agreements you're getting into. So if somebody is, I'm not maybe to over think the point. There's nothing wrong with if a gallery is trying to kind of give you the exposure and what these kind of things. But the challenge is always on yourself. It's like, what are you doing? How are you creating value for yourself, and then learning how to leverage off relationships? Because the hardest thing is when this guy comes and then you come and you say that, no, it's him who tried to rip me off, and it's like, that's why one of our reasons, these conversations need to happen, because I think the lamest thing we keep finding is it can't, yes, the game is designed, as I said, you saw the 48%, it's designed to screw you, but if we creating platforms like this, to be frank with you, and it's still a challenge for us, it's like, why are artists not coming in? We're thinking artists are going to come and tell their friends and be like, yo, we're actually not getting money here, here's a platform, let's listen we want these conversations to happen amongst artists, but there's still that thing where it's like, yo, it's crazy, man, like, we also in the country, like, we did, you see your Mac G numbers, and like, okay, cool, man, it's, but you have to understand that these conversations have to happen, and if they don't happen, the game has been created to screw us, and we are continuously going to get screwed. And you can't come and say,
I didn't read the contract.
There's no contracts, there's no platforms where I can hey man, can I tweet these guys?
No one ever told me I had to, do my taxes.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's that's always the thing of, you gotta understand that this there's the business side of it, and even myself, in my core, I'm always like, hey, I have to talk about money, as in it even hit. I know it hit his heart when he stood here and he said to you, I'm not an artist, because he knows inside he's got art in him, he's got the music, he's got the passion for writing, so but you just have to be responsible for the decisions you make, and understand that art is the way to live off the art is understanding the business.
So I think you had a question?
Regarding the gallery, I think you've answered some of the questions, but you can just go back to it. So what about the galleries that offer like free opportunities, for example, like pop-ups, and they'll tell you that, okay, do your work, if you like your work, well, they're documented for free, all the money goes back to you. So with that regard, do you think that they look at you, obviously you have to do your own marketing, like you said, so it was in touch with that, so what he was saying actually made a lot of sense.
To be honest, in the early stages of your career, not all deals will be sweet. You have to take a lot of knocks, but all in the name of something. So if you're saying, I'm going to take a knock on this all in the name of getting my name out there. I'll take a knock on this, all in the name of distribution. You must be honest with that relationship.
We showed you who the game players are. There's your Arts and Culture Trust, your Business of Arts South Africa, BASA. At some point I said you need to go into a thing with an NDA and what, you know. What somebody should be saying, okay, when am I going to get an NDA? Business of Arts South Africa. They call themselves the Business of Arts South Africa because they need to help artists with the business of art. Those are platforms that are like, hey man, I don't know how to write a proposal. You call the Business of Arts South Africa.
You'll find that their website actually has
their website has templates. They've got free NDAs which were drafted specifically for creators. There's legal
documents that you can just download and change your details.
And even legal companies like lawyers who specialize in creatives, even in South Africa. And those people build those products because they know that, okay, artists, money flows in a different way. So you'll find that they could say, hey, we'll draft you a contract, whatnot. You don't pay for the first 3. Because they know in 3 years, you'll build up your thing, you'll come back and now you need to, but it will help you over 3 years. So
just to go back to, you need to really do some work on the net and then find that world. You will find it like from a weird YouTube channel, from a weird TikTok, it's some of the weirdest thing. You'll just
go we found it today. They told you the
you find those type of resources, then you would find all other stuff that actually would make your life way easier. Yeah, for sure. I'll push the so we are on to the much more maybe removed type of removed in terms of conceptually. Artists usually do not work in this world a lot, which is the world of numbers. So just to gauge you guys, how many of you have ever used Excel for a reasonable amount of time? Okay. So about 2 or 3 people. So everything.
Like back in high school.
Yeah, as long as you engage in the intro, it helps. So anything monetary, the full backbone of money, big corporates listed, all their money is accounted for effectively on Excel. Excel is the backbone of everything. When a company says our system is down, the system you see is a landing page for the use, but at the background is effectively Excel. Excel is one of the greatest inventions in money ever to be created. So you need to understand a bit of it to function. All your projects need to be accounted for. Or effectively, I don't know how many of you guys do personal budgets. Effectively, you guys should be doing a personal, the way you're looking at me, I can see you budget a personal budget. But you have to actually have a monthly budget showing effectively your income, showing your expenses, and showing how much you are saving. I hope you guys are saving as well. So those are the 3 type of things that you actually need to do. So if you guys were to give me a rating, well, then if you guys haven't engaged in it, I would say you guys are not very knowledgeable in Excel. It can get very complicated with formulas. It gives a lot of anxiety to people. That's why they don't use it. But in the simplest form, it can still actually be quite useful.
I think what I've learned about the proposal writing and also grant funding, I think for me was very important because I'm very lazy to do those things, and also you don't know who to talk to and get advice on how to approach such things in artists. So you tend to lean towards the things which you are very comfortable to do, like the work and all of those things. So I think today it was an eye-opening experience that you also need to do the administrative work and the writings, and then your portfolio and how you can structure it to fit in today's world or language in a way. So I think that was very helpful to me. So thank you very much.
Hi Hi guys, my name is Nomsa Mutale. I'm from Soweto, and today I was at the workshop for Finance for Hippies. I learned so much about finance as an artist and how you can work on your numeracy skills and how important it is to have a proper proposal and to know how to present yourself as an artist and to be professional. So thanks and shout out to Finance for Hippies and shout out to all the artists.
Hey Taita reporting, my name is Dumelo Kharekwe, I'm from Omande. I was here today at Finance for Hippies and I just want to say a lot was taken from this, and just the way you move as an artist and how you should take yourself seriously as well, and the places you should be looking into and the places we should be looking for funding as well. That's my big takeaway from today, and I definitely would recommend to everybody. Thank you very much.
Hi again, I am Umbale Mnyama Khadebe and I'm from Soweto Art and Craft Development. I was here for Finance for Hippies, the workshop, and what I took away from it was how to monetize my produce a bit better, you know. So that's what I took away from the whole workshop, and just learning how many platforms there are created and that you can actually create for yourself to be self-sustainable in terms of being an artist that sells and is penetrating the market in a sense of building your revenue. So I really enjoyed the workshop. I met amazing artists, those that I know and those that I met for the first time, and this is a great platform because it teaches the artists how to actually work on our finances. So yeah, that was great. My Instagram handle is maart_mbalemnyama_art. So yeah, that's where you can follow me for all of my artwork and my beautiful creations. Thank you.
That's it for the day, the 6th of 2022. That's the final session with the attendees. We haven't seen the footage of the feedback, but we hope it's positive. But it was a very informative session, and we believe we gave quite a lot to the attendees too.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to all the attendees, thank you to the National Arts Council, thank you to Ndaki, and most importantly, thanks to myself and Titswag for making this all possible for the country.
To the Soweto Business Hub as well, we thank them. To the Arts and Crafts, Soweto Arts and Crafts, we also thank them for the collaboration.
Soul of Joy
collaboration, thank you very much. And we all look forward to working with you again in the future. Finance for Hippies, over and out.
Hi everyone, this is Will from Soweto Business Hub. They just hosted Finance for Hippies. They hosted us here for what is our workshop, Ndaki?
Funding and
budgeting workshop. She has some choice words.
We're happy to host for Finance and the Hippies. Thanks to T and thanks to Digate for joining Soweto Business Hub.
Where they are, and how do we then flip the industry? Because if the producers are in Soweto
collectively, if people are coming to things and not spending money on things, unfortunately, we are creating that precedent.